Hey, how's it going? Gabriel back with you. I'm just finishing up on the video of doing God's will. This is the part two to it. Um, the other added scripture that I wanted to go over with you I don't have my Bible with me now, but it's in the book of 1 Kings in the chapter 13. 1 Kings chapter 13. It talked about the man of God who went unto the king, to tell the king of his evil ways, and then on his journey back, the man of God encountered an old prophet. Now, the Bible doesn't disclose whether this was a false prophet or a true prophet. The Bible just refers to the prophet as the old prophet, and God had given the man of God very specific instructions to go into the city and to leave the city, and which direction to follow out of the city, and how not to come back into the city in the way that he cameth, in the way that he went. And the man of God, did as God had commanded him to do, up until the point where the son of the old prophet came and told his father, which was the prophet, saying that there's a man of God in town and he does all these miracles. The prophet wanted to inquire of the man of God. Okay, you have two characters in this scenario. You have the man of God and you have the prophet. So the prophet sends his son to go and say, hey, listen, go and bring the prophet, go and bring the man of God unto me, that he may eat with us and dine with us. And so the son goes out and finds the man of God, and he tells the man of God, he says, hey, listen, my father would like, for you to dine with us tonight. My father would like for you to come back to the city and, stay the night with us. And the man of God explicitly tells the young son, he says, listen, I'm on a mission for God. I'm on a very brief mission. I cannot stay. I cannot go back into the city. These are the commandments. These are the words of God. And but the message from the father, which was the old prophet was like, hey, listen, I'm also a man of God. I'm also a prophet. We're the same. And I guess by hearing that, the man of God, he reasoned with himself and said, you know what harm can be done? What harm can be done? This man is a man of God. There's that complacent attitude, that complacent thinking that I described in the last video. What harm can it do? I've already done my task for God. What harm can it do? Let me just finish it out. Let me just go ahead and do this one little thing, and I'll be done with it. So he reasoned with himself and said, you know what? I'm not going unto any other place. I'm just gonna, eat with a brother. Howbeit that when he went back to go and eat and dine with the old prophet, he had broken the commandment of God, an explicit commandment given unto him by God, saying that ye shall not enter back into the city from the way thou wentest. And he basically came back into the city, sat and ate in the city, which God commanded him not to eat of anything in the city. Now, if any type of conclusion can be drawn from who this prophet was, I would say that in my opinion, I believe that he was a false prophet, because he had said that God had given him a message to go and retrieve the man of God, and he lied to the man of God, and he said, God has told me to come and fetch you, that you may come and eat and dine with me. That's a clear indication that this man probably was not sent from God, probably that he was a false prophet, because God tells us, if any man says that I have sent him and I have not sent him, that man shall fall short. That man shall suffer loss. Anyone who says that God has sent them, or anyone says thus saith the Lord, and God has not said these things, that person is in danger of judgment. And so my opinion, I believe that the prophet was a false prophet, and he basically lied unto the man of God, who was actually a man of God sent from God. These are the different these things we do have to watch out for. This is a very powerful story, because there's a lot of false prophets in the church who says that they're of God, and they're really not of God. There are many of many false believers in the church, and they're claiming to be of God, but they're not actually of God. And they're, misleading other real church members, into places that they have no business being. Just like this story right here is a clear indication of where the enemy lies, where you're most likely to find an enemy or a deceiver. It's right in your circles, right in the church. So basically, the important message of this story is doing God's will.